Good morning, everyone. I'm myself, Myshani from IT, from Beltech Multitech Engineering College. So, for this academy, I'm going to handle app development for third year students. So, here I'm going to discuss about the basics of web and mobile application. I think my screen is visible to everyone. I'm just moving. So, what is an application? As we all know, application is a software designed for user to perform their specific task. Nowadays we are using many applications, even in computer as well in mobile phones. So we have all the application in our hand. So there are two types of application. The one is web application, the other one is mobile application. What is mean by web application? Web application runs in web browser. So in our desktop, laptop, all computers have browser, right? In that browser, we have defaultly have Chrome, some kind of software. So we can use that one. But mobile application is not like that. Mobile application, we will run the application in smartphones or tablet. So for mobile application, we want to install the application in our smartphone using a Play Store. For example, Gmail, Facebook, Amazon, WhatsApp are the examples for web application and mobile application. First, we're going to see about web application development. Web application development is the process of creating web application that run on web browser. Accessible using, so this is what I already said to you. So defaultly we have browser on our desktop. In that we can access Chrome, Edge, Firefox, etc. So for this application, we no need to install. So no installation is required. So it works on multiple devices. Obviously, it requires internet to work. So this is the short definition for web application. For web application, here we have some examples: Google Docs, Gmail, Netflix website, and online banking. So this is an architecture for web application. Usually, the user can browse the application in a computer. Once they browse the application, it automatically go to server and the data will store in database. This is the basic architecture of web application. Some of the components we have in web application. As well, we are using web application, so front end and back end will work. As well, the data all stored in database. So here we have some front end and back end database components. For front end, we are using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. This all comes under web technologies. Back end, we are using the programming language Python, Java, PHP, Node.js. For database, we are using MySQL, SQLite. So this kind of the components we are using for web application. Some of the examples for web application. Usually, what we'll do, so here I'm showing the example for online shopping website. So usually for online website, what we'll do, we will log in that application and we will search the product. If we like that product, we can add it to cart and we'll make the payment. So the product can be placed as an order and we can getting that. So this is the process we are following for online shopping website. So online website, I told you the procedure. Once it over, what is happening back end? So we are using the technologies used HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Node.js, and MySQL. Why we are using this technologies means, so obviously web technology to use as for screen. So using this one, we are seeing we seeing the application. So we are getting the products. All those things are comes under this technologies. Some of the online shopping website we already know. Amazon, Flipkart, all are shopping website available in web. So this is the short explanation about the web application. Now we are moving to mobile application development. Mobile application development is the process of creating apps for smartphones and tablets. So what is meant by mobile application development? The software which we are using in mobile. So we are installing this apps from Play Store. So we all getting this app from Play Store. So installation is required for mobile application. What are the platforms we are using here? Android and iOS. Some of the types of mobile application development we have. So let's see one by one. The first one is native apps. The second one is hybrid app. Third one is cross-platform app. So first we'll see about the native apps. Native apps is nothing but what is meant by native, which we belongs, right? So native, we will see elaborately. Before that, we can see the architecture of mobile application. For architecture of mobile application, first user will see the screen. Next, user will move on to log in the mobile app in their smartphones. Then what happened? Server will work. Here we are using API server. Next, it will store the information on database. So this is the basic architecture of mobile application architecture. The next, I already told you, we are seeing there are three types of mobile application development. So the first one is native apps. What is native app? It built based specifically for Android. So once the app is created, this app's only specifically built for Android. We cannot use this app for any other application. Only we can use this in Android platform. So here we have a high performance. For example, Google Maps or example for native apps. So nowadays we are using Google Maps for navigating the routes. So this is an example for native app. Next, we're going for hybrid app. Hybrid app is nothing but built using a web technologies. So here some this one is you specifically built for web technologies. So it will be easier to maintain. Maintenance is very easier in hybrid app. So for example, for hybrid app, Instagram. Nowadays we are using Instagram, right? So this Instagram is an example for this. The next one is cross-platform app. So what is cross-platform app? It is use code base. So it will use only single code base and it also runs on Android. For a cross-platform app, we can take an example for Flutter applications. So here we have the difference between the web application and mobile application. Web application, we no need to install. So browser will defaultly have the features. Next, the mobile application we need to install from Play Store. This is a difference between the web application and mobile application installation. The next one is web application runs on browser. As we all know, mobile application runs on smartphone. The third point, web application need internet to work. So web application run only on online, not offline. But mobile application is not like that. It can work both online and offline. So coming to performance, web application is moderate, but mobile application is high performance. For update, If we are updating mobile for web application, it's automatically updated. We no need to update. For mobile application, we need to update through App Store. So this is the difference between the web application and mobile application. Here we are going to see an example for web mobile application. So here I'm taken as food delivery app as an example. What is the feature of food delivery? Usually what we'll do, we will install the food app from the Play Store. In the Play Store, we are getting the app. Once the app has been installed, what we'll do, we can register. Once we register, we will search the restaurant. Once we got the restaurant, we will order our food. Then what we'll do, we will make an online payment. Online payment, once the order has been placed, we will track the location. This is the portfolio we are following in the mobile app. So we know the some food delivery app, right? Example, Swiggy, Zomato, or nowadays we are using. So this is an example for mobile application app. For developing application, we have a development process. For development process, we using a software development life cycle. SDLC is very important for developing a one application. For what is a SDLC? We all know SDLC have a seven stages. The first stage is requirement analysis. So we want to analyze the requirement for software which we want to build we analyze the requirement of application like a software. What are the tools we require? So we need to analyze the requirement of that application. Next, we want to plan the application properly. The third one is UI and UX design. UI and UX design is nothing but your design. So it should be a user interface as well as user experience. Both should be there. The next one is a coding. So we want to write a code for that application and we need to test. Testing. Testing is nothing but check and improve this application. Once coding is done, then we need to check and improve. This comes under the testing. Once the testing has been completed, we will deploy the application and we will maintain the application. So this are the 7 stages of development process. So once we are going to design one, we are going to create one application, means this all the 7 that application should satisfy this all 7 stages of development process. Okay, next, advantages of web application and mobile application. For a web application, it will accessible anywhere. Yeah, we can access the web application from anywhere and it's easy to update, cross-platform and lower maintenance cost. For mobile application is a better performance, offline capability, push notification, access to device features. So these are all the advantages for web application and mobile application. So nowadays we are using a real world applications like Classroom, Google Classroom. In the education side, we are using a Google Classroom, which will help us to share the notes and sharing the assignments, everything we can put it in a classroom. It's once the link has been created, then we will share the link to everyone and they will take the notes, question bank, everything from that classroom link. So this is nowadays education side, we are using a Google Classroom. Banking side, they are using SBI Uno. And healthcare, they are using a Practo. Practo is nothing but we are calling the doctor and fixing the appointment for any hospital. So shopping like Amazon, Flipkart, also we are using the applications. So these are the real world applications. So here in this topic, we had I had completed what is the basics of what is the application and basic of application and what is meant by web application along with the example and what is a mobile application along with the example and difference between the web application and the mobile application and real world examples. So I had cleared the first topic of our first unit. Thank you.